I haven't done a video like this in ages, but what we're going to be discussing is 3 hacks that are going to help you move forward. Maybe these are things that you haven't actually thought of. Maybe this is something that hasn't been brought to your awareness. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 hacks to help you and that maybe you didn't know had existed. Watch this video. Hello and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in this video today, I'm going to be talking about 3 hacks that maybe they didn't come to your awareness, or maybe you weren't aware that actually these are things that you can do that will help you move forward. And for those of you who are kind of stuck in this dynamic, don't worry, I got you, because we're going to be talking about 3 hacks that are going to help you to understand this in a different way. And I think these 3 hacks, these 3 things that I will talk about in this video will just show you a different perspective. But before I get into those hacks, what I do want to say is that I do go live on this channel usually once a week, but it has been a bit sporadic because I have been traveling over the last few weeks and the Wi-Fi has been a little bit intermittent, so I haven't been able to go live. And I've tried to post also, I just wanted to FYI, I've tried to post these videos and tried to upload them, but wow, the Wi-Fi hasn't been great. So this is the reason why, you know, the lives haven't been happening every week. So if you have a question or there's something on your mind, I would say join the lives, check my community tab for more details, and I will be putting more information out there. Please see the description box below. Right, so these are the things that you should think about, or maybe help you to have a different perspective on the experience that you have had with the narcissist. So the first thing that I would say is forgive yourself. Okay, forgive you. And the reason why I say this, is a really important first hack is because for many of you, okay, we blame ourselves because we have been programmed or conditioned to do that. And the narcissist would have instilled that even more so. And so you would have fallen into this manipulative and exploitative kind of narrative that the narcissist would have made you believe. They would have made you believe that it's all your fault, that you need to change things, that actually it's you that is doing this to the narcissist. And it's not any of those things. It's not that, you know. What a narcissist predisposition is always going to be to deflect. Okay, they're never going to take on any of the blame, because if you take on the blame, you've got to take responsibility and do something about it. And a narcissist is never going to do that. So this is why they always blame, or they always deflect, because it's easier to do that, because then you don't see yourself as an issue. And actually, that's what a narcissist is all about. It's all about blaming other people, making them believe that they are the issue and that they need to change, whilst the narcissist gets away with it scot-free and they can justify their behavior. So when you look at it like this, in those terms, you get to realize that actually this wasn't your fault. And even the times when you believe that actually maybe you have done the narcissist wrong, or maybe you could have changed the way that you had responded or reacted to a certain situation, you've got to remember that the narcissist is all about reactive abuse as well. So what they do is they trigger you. They press your buttons so that you do react in a certain way. And that's what, do you know what, guys? That's what they do. And we can reflect on this. We can reflect on our part as well. But the main thing here that I want to say to you is that you've got to forgive yourself. You've got to forgive that actually you didn't know. And if you had known that this person was narcissistic, I'm really sure that you would have run the other way. You know, you would have run a mile from this person. You would have never have got into this relationship, into this dynamic with a narcissist. Like, who does? Like, nobody would do that. So it's time for you to rebuild. It's time for you to move forward. But the first thing that you need to do is forgive you. The second hack is don't think that you can help the narcissist. don't think that you telling them that they are a narcissist is going to help them in some way. I did a video all about this. I will link it up here. But actually, don't think that you can help them, that maybe you explain to them that they have this issue, that you have learned everything that you can about narcissism and they have this issue, and that if they go and see someone, or if they do A, B, and C, they'll be fine. And you're going to be there. You're going to look after them and be there for them every step of the way. The narcissist is not going to thank you for this, okay? They're not going to be happy. And also, one thing that you need to consider, that if you tell a narcissist that they are a narcissist, what you're doing essentially is you're exposing them, and you will be met with rage, and they will turn this all around, they'll deflect and put it back onto you. That's what narcissists do. They deflect. So you saying that they are narcissistic, or that you can help them in some way, what you're doing is you're actually putting yourself in a position where you are taking on responsibility that doesn't need to be taken on. If somebody wants to change, if someone really wants to change, they will do it because they feel motivated to want to do that, and they will take responsibility for doing this. What you're doing is you're saying that I'll take on the responsibility, please change. You need to change. Now, a narcissist is not going to change, and the reason why they won't change is because they get their needs met. Why would you change? Why would you need to change if you are getting your needs met and this is all working out for you? Why would you want to change? There's no reason for it. So don't think that you can. You can't help them. This is them. They've got to want to do it off their own back. It's not up to you, and it's not your responsibility. It requires a narcissist to look deep inside themselves to gain that awareness, to gain that understanding of their behavioral processes, their thought processes. And their whole life is designed around ignoring that, about bypassing that, because of their ego. Their ego has these huge walls, these defense mechanisms, okay, that they don't want to work on, or they're not aware to do that. So it's a very, very difficult, if not fruitless task for a narcissist to do that, for a narcissist to be able to really focus on that and gain awareness. I think for you, what you need to do is take that responsibility, or take that onus away from that and turn it around and give it to you. Give that attention, give that awareness to you, to your own healing. You can't do it for someone else, whether they're a narcissist or not. You can't do it for yourself. And the narcissist, like I said before, is not interested in changing. And the third thing that you need to consider is play along or leave. I know that this is really, really difficult, to understand, or to come to terms that the relationship that you are in, or the relationship that you have had with this person that you really love, that you have seen a future with, okay, they are narcissistic. And I feel like that's one of the hardest things, or the hardest pill to swallow, is to understand, or to have awareness that this person is narcissistic, that there's an ailment, that there's something wrong, that actually, it's that their reality, or the way that they understand things, is completely different. And it's not about forcing the narcissist to change, because they're not going to change, as I mentioned previously. They're not going to change. And many of us, we mishandle the narcissist because we feel like actually by talking to them, by approaching this situation, by these certain means, when someone is healthy, or someone is in a kind of a healthy dynamic, a healthy relationship, that if you approach it from that perspective, the narcissist is going to change and everything is going to be all right. But we can't force someone to change. We can't force a situation to be different when someone doesn't see it from the same perspective that we do. The thing is, if you don't want to leave, if you don't want to have this reality, okay, it means that you're going to have to play along with the narcissist, because they are not going to change. They're very rigid. They have very deflective, very dysfunctional ego processes. And gosh, you know, it's a task. It's really hard for the narcissist to change that, for them to see it. The foundations of a narcissist and their reality is very different to yours, one that you're probably never going to understand because it is so challenging, it is so different. And so this is why I'm saying you're either going to have to play along with this, or you're going to have to leave the relationship or the situation altogether. They don't have the awareness, they don't have the foresight to actually want to change. And being in these dynamics, being in these relationships only means that it destroys you, because you see what it's doing to them, but you also see what it's doing to you or your family. And they don't have any awareness. Remember, if they're getting their needs met, why do you need to change? You know, a narcissist is unable to put themselves in our shoes. They don't have that type of understanding. They don't have empathy, or they have very little empathy. So being able to really grasp or come to terms with what they are doing, have awareness of their behavior on us, is a really difficult thing for them. They don't have awareness, and they don't have self-awareness. They don't want to gain that. They don't want, that's not important to them. Their reputation and them getting their supply is what is important. So you have to really consider the factors. Do you stay and you play along with this, or do you call it quits and you leave and save your sanity? If you are someone who has children with the narcissist, the same rule applies. Either you stay, you play along, or you leave. And I know it's really difficult, especially with children, or you have assets. You have to put stronger boundaries in place, and you have to detach. The narcissist is arrogant, and they're going to maintain that. And this is why other people perceive them negatively. And this is why situations and people don't change. And a narcissist can cope with the negative perception of them, because again, if they're getting their needs met, they're not going to change. So these are the 3 hacks. These are the 3 hacks, my friends, that I would say you need to consider in your situation. And I know they're not easy. I know they're quite difficult ones. I hope that they really have helped. I hope that it's helped you to kind of see this in another way. But really, you've got to understand that you really need to save yourself in this situation. And you really need to think about how this is going to affect you long term, because nothing really is going to change. Narcissists don't change. So guys, if you are going through this, or you are affected by any of the things discussed in this video today, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I also have a mentorship, and I also have a journal club. And if you're interested in joining any of them, please see the description box below. I also have a Discord server, which is absolutely free for you to join. This is a community of like-minded individuals, people who have gone through similar experiences to you. And if you would like to explore that or talk about in a safe, contained space, I would say join the Discord server. All the details are in the description box below. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.